some people, they're stuck and limited to a schedule. Me, if I have something going on for my business and priority, hey, I need to take I have this to do, and I'm going to do it.
Okay.
But
really?
that's after years of connection.
You can flex like that?
I can flex a little.
Okay,
just a little.
So that's more like, you kind of more like the house Negro.
No. And see, you know the house Negro thing.
What name of this show?
I Talk Great.
I Talk Great.
Are you a business owner, entrepreneur, entertainer, and you got a story to tell? You want to get your brand out there to the world? Well, you reached the right place. Let's set up an exclusive interview between me and you. I Talk Great, and we're going to go ahead and get your brand out there to the world. But here what you do. Go ahead and send me an email with the words gray at italkgraymedia@gmail.com. See you soon. Y'all already know what it is. It's Mr. Williams with the I Talk Great podcast, where we talk about the gray areas of business and life, because it's never just black and white. But before I get started, if you like all the content that I've been putting out, everything that I've been doing thus far, go ahead and click that button below and subscribe. Tell a friend, tell a friend. I got a heavy hitter in the building. Angela James, what's going on, Queen?
Hey.
Hey, what's going on with you? Oh, we're going to drop a bomb real quick. How you doing?
I'm fine. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, of course. I had to get you up in here doing your thug thizzle.
I do what I can.
No, you've been doing more than you can. I see you out here shining. But before we get started, I want to congratulate you on your event that you have coming up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Pretty Paid Business Brunch Workshop.
That.
So tell us more about that. What made you put that together and everything like that?
Ooh. Years of failure, and then years of finally hitting the mark and winning. So Pretty Paid Business Workshop is presented by my company, Lavish Lady Enterprise. It really started from just meeting different business owners as a web designer, seeing people that needed growth, people that had missing pieces to the puzzle, just trying to bring it all together, whether it be the structuring, just a lot of misinformation or just missing information. So I was like, imagine having an outlet where you could bring everybody together.
Yeah.
And they could learn this. You could teach it to them. And then you're bringing in people that knows this, have experienced it, been through it in life as well.
Okay. No, that's dope.
That's when you had a Pretty Paid Business Workshop. So you have different entrepreneurs that have been in the game for years, and they're ready to school you. And then you have myself from the branding side, the web design side, put you on the marketing side, just getting your business from locally to more online, because online is where it's at. Social media is where it's at. Website, e-commerce. You definitely want your business on e-commerce. You don't want to just sell in your area. You want to sell everywhere if you can. No, that's true. That's true. Yep. Okay, so you said you're going to have some heavy hitters in the building. Like who you going to have there? I mean, besides yourself. Yes, so I have Lindsay Zarnay, who is a MUA. She's a makeup artist.
Okay.
She does influencer. She even does like mentorship. She's been in the makeup world for years with beauty. And then you have Kurt. Kurt is basically a wholesaler company from KAP vending machine. Okay. So for our 9-to-5ers who's just looking for residual income.
9 to 5.
He's definitely putting you on to how to purchase a vending machine, but then also to learn the business of it, because having it is one thing, but learning how to utilize that business and make it grow is another.
No, that's true.
And then I have Mackenzie, who is a business coach. And when I tell you he's good at what he does, he goes to the community, goes to schools, talks to young people getting ready to get out there in the world. He's also going to be there. And Mackenzie is the money man. So he's the credit financial advisor.
All right.
He teaches you the financial literacy. So we definitely need the money. We're going to have the business.
No, that's big facts.
Yes.
Okay, so what made you choose this lineup though?
That lineup even extends to, I have a realtor, Lanaya Shanice. I have Kia, who is a tax professional. Kind of teaching you as a business owner how to, the tax side of it that people don't get to see.
Yeah.
The not so fun side if you don't know what you're doing.
No, that's true.
But honestly, I pick people that some I have worked with personally, People that I've watched for years, just doing different things. Kurt, I met honestly years ago. We were employed at the same place.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, so y'all was co-workers.
Yes, and he was literally like, yeah, we was co-workers working on the clock on our businesses.
Hey,
yeah.
I don't know about that.
So I knew the passion. So I was like, hey, if you're gonna get anybody to teach the people, get somebody who's passionate about what they do. They're not just making it for a quick dollar. They're doing it because like this is what they want to do.
No, facts.
It makes it easier.
So you figured he was passionate because he was working on the clock?
Oh, he was on the grind. He was beyond.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just him. We would literally just talk to each other about different business moves and ventures. And I was like, he's very passionate and very headstrong about what he wanted to do. And he did it and been doing very well. He has vending machines in some of our local areas as well.
Well, that's dope.
Yeah, I told him. I was like, what? You have more locations? I was like, you need to teach people how to do this.
Yeah.
I've met a lot of people that said they would do that, even as a side hustle.
Yeah. And this was while he's still on the clock?
What, all that?
No. So meaning he got the vending machines and he's at the 9-to-5 with you?
Networking, growing. And I'm sure it took some time of planning and, behind the scenes. But yeah.
Okay. No, that's dope. Because I tell people all the time, like, it's okay to have your 9-to-5 and still do your hustle thing, but kind of, it depends on how well you would do in your business based on how your work ethics are on the job.
Agreed. I so agree. I still work my 9-to-5.
Really?
Yes. Mine's a little bit more flexible. It's more of my career field. I've been in for a while. So there's certain perks to, I feel working your 9-to-5. So that's why I don't usually promote to someone, oh, quit your job. And I'm not going to tell you that. I can't pay your bills. Yeah. Good luck with that.
Hell yeah. No, I think that's just the whole trend of being an entrepreneur. And a lot of people don't realize you're not really an entrepreneur. You're self-employed. You're more so entrepreneur if you have employees.
Right.
So I think people just get caught up in the trend and they want, oh yeah, CEO, over their name and all of that kind of stuff. And you're not really realizing like, you might still need that job because if you were a hider, right?
Yep.
And not an overachiever at your job, then most likely your business ain't really going to do well either.
Exactly. And the skills you learn in your 9-to-5 sometimes, my background is insurance.
Okay,
so a lot of my
insurance?
marketing, health insurance.
Okay.
And we did mostly like Medicare subs and things like that. So all I did was take what I learned from doing that for so many years. I had that license over 15 years.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, you apply the marketing skills you were taught to do that into now your business. You know what I mean? It's marketing strategies that's still the same straight across the board. It's just a different product being sold.
No, that's big facts.
Yeah. So you use it and learn.
Yeah. But when did you get that mindset to say, okay, now let me try to start my own thing as you was in the 9-to-5 world?
Man, listen, ever since I first started and got my license, it was just raise my daughter. It was only her at the time. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to work this job. You're young. You don't know what you're doing. Yeah. I'm just going to work, pay my bills. And after a while, I'm like, whoa, I need more money. 9-to-5, even with a raise, it's like, I need more money.
No, big facts.
So then I started looking around and I've always had this passion. Like I could see something, like you could tell me an idea and I'd be like, oh, you could do this and you could grow it into that. I always seen the growth in things. So I said, you know what, let me start off. First I had a boutique at the Oakland Park Flea Market.
Really? You was at Oakland Flea?
Yes, I was at
the
flea.
Here. What you was doing over there?
So I had a boutique. It was called Exclusive Couture. I sold plus size clothing.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
And after doing that, I realized I like fashion, but this not it. This isn't what I like to do.
Okay. What made you say you don't like to do that? I mean, because you killing it over here.
Man, listen.
You got the lashes going, you know what I'm saying? The makeup, the eyelashes.
Period.
The eyebrows.
Yes, got to get it together. AD on the makeup. Thank you.
So, I mean, why you never walk down that path into like modeling, fashion?
Some things you like doing. I tell my clients, just because you like doing something, it doesn't mean you have to make it a business.
Okay.
Some things that if I started it and actually did it, I don't think I would kind of like see it all the way through because it's just like I like it. Maybe I like it because I don't have to make it a job or a priority. It's just my little thing to do.
Okay. I get what you said. I don't know. I don't like that because I feel like when people say like, okay, yeah, this ain't for me. It's because you reach to the point where it's no longer fun. Back-end work, systems, structure. So it's like, is it not for you? Or maybe you didn't want to do the work that would require you to get to the level of where you probably should be.
I agree. And I agree to that to some extent. You know what I realized? Some things, I like doing it because it's something I was doing for me. Like I may do makeup or do something with my hair. I may do it for me, but the passion in doing it for somebody else, I don't know if I would still find the same love and passion for it.
Oh, okay,
I don't know.
Okay.
Like web design has definitely given me that outlet that I love to do. I do it for my business and I do it for so many other business owners worldwide now. So it's different. Like I love to see that your ideas that you gave me during that consultation, I turned it into something. You know,
okay.
The love grows on that one.
Yes. Okay. No, I get what you're saying then, you know, because you do got to actually like what you're doing.
Right.
So you looked at it like, okay, yeah, I could sit in the mirror, you know what I'm saying, and puff, puff, pow.
Yeah.
But that don't mean I want to go ahead and do it for you.
Nah, it's not for me. Some things I just feel like, and that's me personally, I may see somebody else and be like, hey, you are so good at that. You know, but it's been one of those things I want to sit there and be pampered. Let my makeup artist do it. Let my hairstylist do it.
Big facts. You know, you got to delegate.
Okay. And I definitely do that.
Okay. So you said you do the web design, right? How long you been in that? Like, so take us back. So you said you was at the Oakland Flea. Finish that story. Like, how'd you go from, you know, couture to, you know, website design?
Lavish web design.
Yeah.
Yes. So the flea market was definitely one of those business experiences where I learned early on it's not for me. Not for me, meaning I didn't understand the industry in the business just yet. I just found a hustle. And a lot of people, you know, they think hustle means business. That hustle was only meant for me to do what I was doing, selling it out of the trunk of my car at first. Okay. And once I kind of understood that, I'm like, I want to be worldwide. I don't want to have a store where people have to come and that's it. Okay. I need to be worldwide. I need to be accessible everywhere because there's other things I want to do beyond just that. So I was like, okay, we're going to do online. And it turned into where I was like, I really don't like the clothing business at all. So then,
where were you when that idea came in your head and say, oh, I want to do online? Was you in the flea or where were you actually?
With the flea market, me being there, I had some things online, but I was hiring web designers to do it. And then I didn't like what I was seeing. I didn't like what I was getting. It wasn't getting me much exposure worldwide. I started doing it myself, started taking some classes, got certified in web design. Really? I just went into it. And then once I did mine, I started having other business owners at the flea market. Hey, you know, I see your website. Who's your person? I'm my person.
Oh, wow.
And it started from there.
So it grew while you was in the hustle.
Yes.
Okay.
A lot of things grow in the hustle.
No, that's true. So what do you think gave you that awareness to even see that, yo, this ain't working for me?
I think one, when you start looking around and you're like, can I see myself doing this 5 years even? I didn't see it. I'm like, I love fashion, but not to the extent of actually living in that world, you know, being that. And it's a lot of hard work.
Where were you getting the clothes from though?
Oh, you get a wholesaler. You can get Alibaba? Wholesalers. No. But and I say that because the quality for plus size is different. So you had to find very good vendors. Some of them was in Cali, for example, and they were like the fashion district, kind of like how we have one in Miami. Okay. So different vendors, but some wholesalers from there. So, and then that's another thing. The prices of clothes, even wholesale, was going up. So if you're not understanding business and you're trying to do that alone, even if you're passionate about it, you have to understand how the numbers work, how to calculate your profit, because they go up and you're still got sales every week. It's not going to work.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
No, you're so right about that, because when I was doing T-shirts and stuff, and I would get it from Alibaba, I'm like, okay, this say large, but it's fit like a medium.
Extra tight.
Yeah. And I'm like, God damn. So it's like, I might have to go over to China, you know what I mean, to test out the vendors. So I totally understand what you're saying with that.
Hit or miss. Yeah. Definitely hit or miss.
Okay. So you at the flea, you figure out that the website is the way to go, right? So how did you build up that business? Where are you getting all this knowledge from? Is it solely just from the job? Did you invest in a coach, mentor?
I invested in a lot of classes, a lot of certifications. There's online places where you could pretty much get certified to do almost anything.
Okay.
And I mean that these are instructors that have been in the field or probably still in the field. And it's like you're in school again, like business school.
Yeah.
A lot of virtual, online, some local, but mostly in Miami. So it was just a mixture of that. I would just find classes, I would go, and then I would go to visits, like different events that they have, business expos.
Yeah.
You meet people there through networking. So if it's somebody I gravitated to, like, hey, I want to ask you, can we connect?
Okay.
And believe it or not, some people responded very positive because they were willing to teach you the game, and then others didn't. You just had to find your person.
No, that's true.
Yes.
So what would you say is one of the most important tips when it comes to networking?
Have an open mind. Don't come in thinking, oh, I'm African American, so I only need to go to this little corner because these are African American, or I'm young, so I only need to go because this crowd is the younger crowd. You can learn from everybody in that room, one thing or another, one way or another. You could learn something. So be open-minded.
No, that's true. I used to kind of think like that, like, okay, yeah, let me go ahead and get a black kind of, mentor, you know what I'm saying?
No.
But sometimes that's not, the route to go.
Nah.
You can learn from the other.
Yes, definitely.
And sometimes they may be a little bit more willing to teach, unfortunately. Because I do give us grace, because I tell people all the time, we've been programmed to be this way.
Right.
I look at the problem more so. I mean, I don't just look at the problem. You also got to look at the solution too.
Right, the solution.
Exactly. But I tell people all the time, you got to know what the problem is, though.
Yes.
Because we don't necessarily come together a lot, and there's a reason for that. But at the same time, so if you're trying to get to this bag.
Right. The bag is green, so it has no color.
Exactly. Okay. So who could you say that you've met during your networking journey that you still have a relationship now with? And how do you maintain those relationships?
I would say someone that I could think off the top of my head. I met Lindsay.
Okay.
When she had, she's always had like different projects done. So we started off just business relationship, and next thing I know, she's like every other 2 weeks, she has a new venture, new project, and we get to talk. So she's in the beauty industry. A lot of my clients are in the beauty industry.
Okay.
Our own boutiques, things like that. So a lot of times she keep me kind of up to date, like, hey, you could go to this school if you're doing this, and we connect, we network. I was a speaker at one of her events last year.
Okay, that's dope.
Just kind of looking out for each other.
Yeah.
Showing the support, because why not?
No. Of course.
Yeah.
I tell people how important that is just showing support. Even though support comes in many different ways.
Yes. I agree.
So outside of you getting that website all lavish, right? How are you connecting the dots with helping them with the actual e-commerce store?
So the misconception is the website is just lavish, because what an owner sees is just a nice website. There's a lot of things that goes into your web design behind the scenes. There's SEO setup. If that's not done, you're going to grind it out for real to get your clients to come in. So my thing is...
When you say SEO, what do you mean? Like for the people who don't know nothing about this.
Yeah, so search engine optimization.
Okay.
So basically, if you have a business, you want to actually put that business, first of all, you want to have a Google profile. As we're doing web design clients and working with them, I'm realizing that a lot of them don't have even a Google profile. Well, how are people supposed to find you? Now you're going to grind 10 times harder, because now you got to go get them, find them, versus clients just being able to Google boutique located in Fort Lauderdale area and pull your information up.
Okay.
So it's a lot of things that go behind the scenes, but when someone sees it for the first time, if you're not in that industry, you just see a nice website. What I see when I see the website is it responsive? You know what I mean? Did it take me 20 different clicks to get to your products?
Yeah.
Could I find you on Google if I was located in a different area and wanted to find you?
Okay.
And that's the thing. It was, in my brand, it was about making it affordable and within reach and accessible to small business owners, people who are starting out. You know what I mean? Still kind of give them that grace of, hey, I don't know everything, but I'm passionate about this. I have this business. Can you help me grow it? Can you help me at least get started?
Yeah.
And that's what it was about.
That's dope. Okay, so you taking it a notch. You taking it up more than Fiverr.
Got to.
Yeah, because I mean, you help building the site, but then you also helping with the back end.
Definitely.
Like a lot of people don't realize how important that is. Like
that's the most important part. Wow. The most important part. Because looking good, having a website that just looks good. Okay, that's good. But are you making money behind the scenes? Because you want to be an entrepreneur who's making money.
No, big facts.
Not a broke one.
No.
So you definitely want to have the back end, which controls how your money come in. Even email lists. You'll be surprised how many business owners feel like collecting those leads aren't important.
Yeah.
And it's the most important. Why are you overworking yourself? Have email lists, collect subscribers. Those are your leads you come back to. You nurture them. You nurture them to the point where you could even retention them.
Okay. So speak about that, like retention, right? How do you work on your retention rate when it comes to your personal business?
Retention is one of those things. It's just like me and you talking here, me just following up with you. And it's not as hard as we make it. I think time is the thing. But if you get organized enough in your business, you have your email list right there. If it's just Valentine's Day, you just want to say Happy Valentine's Day. You're just creating a little template and sending a Happy Valentine's Day. Just staying connected. Keep in mind, automation is a big thing. So it's not as hard if you set it up. So you're not doing it yourself,
like one client, one.
Oh, no. You'd be all day.
Okay.
You would be all day. The one thing that I could learn, that I could tell you I learned from early on, automate everything you can in your business. So if you automate everything, you won't have nothing to worry about. That one, that's a lot. So you have to kind of time manage yourself a little better. So automate as much as you can.
No, facts. AI. So what tools are you using to automate? You got some sauce you could drop?
It's a lot of, I'm going to tell you, depending on the website you have, most websites have free apps too.
Okay.
So I currently use a paid one. It's Klaviyo. But they have they'll give you some free access to send a few emails to get you hooked. Yeah. Because then you see the benefits. Right?
Yeah.
But believe it or not, website platforms like Wix, for example, and Shopify, they have free email subscribers. Like, you don't have to pay for that. You're already paying for the monthly subscription.
Oh.
So use the free until you're ready. Like, hey, I'm ready to step it up a notch. I have some clients, they make over 60, 70,000 and they do this part-time. And they do their email marketing just directly from the actual host, which is like the Shopify or Wix. So you don't necessarily have to pay for the memberships.
Oh, wow. That's dope. Okay. You dropping some tea.
Yeah. Now, until you get the clientele, because then if you're sending out 50,000 emails, that changes things.
Yeah. You got to level up. You got to invest, right? Which is so important, because I tell people, be careful for the free, right? Because basically you're setting a trap for what you really feel like you're worth.
Limiting yourself.
Exactly.
And we do that a lot.
Oh, well, you got that for the breezy? No. How much you think your business is worth?
Right.
Put that money up. You know what I mean?
Right.
Okay. So what websites would you suggest that are best? Wix, Spotify, WordPress. Which ones do you work with though?
Personally speaking, my niche is startup companies. So chances are it's a new business owner. So usually if you tell me that it's a service-based business, specifically service, I would say, oh, okay, well, you could do a Wix platform website. But if it's retail, you're selling items, clothing, legitimate, by the way, let me make that clear.
Legitimate.
Yes, because last year, Shopify is it's who I would recommend for a retail. But last year, what they did was a whole sweep. When they did that sweep, if you sold illegal bags, illegal shoes, anything, knockoffs.
People selling fake Louis?
Your site is gone.
Wow.
There ain't no Lucci.
Wow.
Yeah, so you lose that. Shop. Right. That's something you do on the side.
Yeah.
So it's depending on the person. That's why I have a one-on-one consultation, because just hearing somebody say, I want a website, I'm like, okay, that could mean a lot of things.
Yeah.
So if it's service-based, yes, if I hear more about your services and maybe you want to add some things along the way, I may say, hey, start off with a Wix website to give you time and get acclimated to what you're doing. And then if it's retail, I would definitely say Shopify for retail. They have a lot of free apps that you could utilize. A few free themes. You could set it up in a way that it's customized to your liking as well. You can start making your money.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nah, that's dope. So which one do you think is better? Organic marketing or paid?
Man, let me tell you. There's not really a right or wrong.
Okay.
In that, and I say that because even if you got bad marketing, it's certain things you have to look within yourself and say, did I even understand what I was putting out there? And what I mean is, like I've seen some people just do these random sales, right? Random ads. And they're like, I'm trying to get rid of this item. But then they have the item on maybe the wholesaler's clothing, for example.
Okay.
Their models,
yeah,
their mock-up. Before you even did that ad, you knew you would have to personalize this way more because there's 50 billion other people on social media.
Oh, they're that's why I be seeing that same picture of that girl. Like,
right.
Like,
so it's like what that tells me is before you did that marketing, that's like a client asking me, hey, should I put this out there? I would say, who are you putting it on? You're not keeping the same thing that came from your wholesaler that every other boutique or every other store is using. It's kind of like, of course, the ad isn't going to do, it can only do what it could do. And it starts with you also behind the scenes understanding what you're doing. And that's why it's important to have someone before you get out there and just jump out there paying for ads. You have to understand how these ads are generated.
Yes.
And who these people are that are buying them. They want to see it on a real person, not just a model.
No, big facts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I be seeing that all the time. The same black lady with a little haircut. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they steal your pictures too. So it could be someone's actual like boutique picture or something. But yeah, people steal pictures all the time. I have a client now, like, she's like, oh, I'm seeing my stuff everywhere. I'm like,
oh, wow.
It's hard to protect your stuff once you put it out there on social media.
Yeah, you got to get them lawyer fees up.
You have to.
Yeah.
And even then, it's like now you still have to go through going one by one, getting it to these people that are using your stuff.
No, big facts.
Yeah.
And then AI is making it bad too.
Oh, man.
I mean, I see the benefit in it, but then like what I'm seeing now is, especially when it comes to the females, the professional photos, like you don't even know who's who. I'm like, I know you don't look like that.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Me and you, we're not going to agree on that. From a web designer standpoint, I mean, the web design, I get it. We need those pictures because a lot of these people that are starting a business, they may not have the funds to pay thousands of dollars on these model pictures. So AI kind of killed the game in a way because now
they can't
you can send me that product. Because think about it. Affording a photo shoot, average photo shoot like $300. They only give you a few looks. Now if you got
that's true?
Yes. Yeah. So right. So if you're just starting out, you got 50 items to put out there. You need them on people. Okay, send them to me. Let's see what AI could do.
Let's see how we can get you your tire going.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that. I'm speaking more specifically when it's the female saying it's her.
Ow.
That's where it gets tricky. You know how sticky it gets. So it's like, hold on. Like, okay, yeah. Like, I think I looked at one of your flyers for the event. I'm like, oh, okay, little Betty. I'm like, is that a real person?
But then there's faceless marketing. So faceless marketing is, it doesn't have to be the business owner or a face, period.
True.
So you might switch it up and put a new face to the brand, for what you're doing. So I think it kind of helps along the way. Now, do I feel like if you were dating and she showed up and it's the...
Okay, see, so now we're on the same page.
That could definitely mess something up.
Yeah.
But for marketing purposes, AI did that. Now, did it make some people extra lazy? Yes, I agree with that too.
Super.
But it simplified life for a lot of small business owners.
No, that's true.
Yeah, it did. Even the Chat GPT, those apps.
Oh yeah, Chat
GPT
verbiage coming in handy.
I've met people that, they could speak to me all day like we're speaking right now, but then it's like to put an ad out or communication about something business-wise, they're like, oh, what do I say?
I don't know. I might need some Grammarly in this piece. I don't know where to put a period, a comma, none of that stuff.
So you got a little help, a little boost. I still believe that you have to learn to be original. You know, it's one thing to use it as a little resource, and it's another to use it 100%.
No, that's facts.
Yeah.
Because you can forget.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you done been relying on Grammarly for so long and autocorrect.
Yeah.
You don't even know how to spell or talk to your wife or whatever the case may be.
Or you get in a room with people, like as a guest speaker or something. Now you have to speak to these people. So, hey, how you're speaking now is not what I saw there.
No, big facts.
So, yeah, you got to match the energy. That's why I say you got to use a little bit, but leave the rest out.
Hell yeah. So what made you say, okay, you want to be the face of your brand versus use an AI model?
I actually fought with the idea of putting my face out there. Mostly because I'm the type of person that I like to get my bag and go. I do stuff behind the scenes.
Okay.
You know, I don't feel like everything got to be announced and stuff. So it was hard for me. But if you're going to get in front of people, I had clients sometimes, we're talking and then I'll see them at an event. They're like, oh my God, I finally know who you are. Yeah. And then I thought to myself, that lady spent so much money with me last year. She didn't even know who I was, you know, like, and so I'm like, it's kind of off to me. So I said the following year, I'll show my face more because I do my silly content on my own personal page. And I am that person. Like, I'm a joke, act crazy, whatever. So I'm like, I realized that business doesn't mean you have to always be so uptight. You know what I mean? Yeah. You could show a little bit of who you are, your personality or whatever. Yeah. And then some people gravitate to it, you know? And then I started putting out a few of and then I had clients DM me like, this funny was crazy with you and your daughter. And it's like they're spending all this time with you on consultations. We going back and forth. We texting, we emailing. Let me show them you are supporting me. You're supporting me. Yes. I have my 3 girls. I have my husband. This is the fam. It's okay. Yeah. You know, it's not as crazy as I thought. I thought you had to get on there and tell your whole story. And
you thought you had to get one of them TikTok dances.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, I got a few of those though. Okay, but I ain't doing too much of that.
Yeah.
And you know, you just be yourself. And that was my thing. I was like, okay, I can be myself here. You know, this is my safe place. Yeah. That's why you get your people on your platform though. You know, your audience who kind of connect one way or the other.
No, that's true.
And they support you 10 times more when you're so relatable.
Yes. And connecting with people is so important.
Yes, definitely.
You know, I feel like when you have some of them gurus that's out there and, you know, when you see them in person, you like, hey, and they,
like Hollywood.
5 security guards, you can't get close. And I'm like, damn, I done spent 10 bands to get in here. You know, like
you can't say hi.
Yeah, you can't give me some dap. You know, but I get, you know, the persona, you know what I mean? Some people is crazy. You know, you look at some of these Drake concerts and people trying to kiss him in his mouth and all this kind of stuff. So
that's a bit much.
Yeah, you just never know what a person is dealing with internally. And then if you come out in the reels, you know, they kind of get in their feels. And so, you know, I get the whole point behind it, you know. All right. So when it comes to branding, right? Because I see that you posted about that too.
Yes, sir.
Is there a difference between brand identity and branding?
Yes.
Okay, so kind of run that down for us.
Brand identity is more of, you start that process when you're building. Like you're working on your brand with someone or by yourself. You're trying to figure out, do I want something more chic, dark, mellow? And then you're looking at your industry too, by the way. So let's say it's medical field. You know, medical field, you can't come out with light green, you know, like key lime green. So brand identity is a description of when they see this color with whatever you do, it could be a flyer, shirt, a hat, or your website. Will they take and say, oh, I could take her serious? It matches what she's selling or what she's doing, the service she's providing. Okay. So your brand identity is the first thing I see. Okay. You know what I mean? Like if I go on your website, I could almost tell, my gosh, she's all over the place. You sell 70 different things on here. The colors are all over. So many colors, I can't even keep up. Yeah. Or I could tell it's a straight to the point website, for example. The colors are more calm. They're smooth. Even your verbiage, how you speak to your client. Yeah. You know, it's the difference from, like, for example, Fashion Nova marketing. Yeah. They could text you, hey, girl, how are you? Hey, girl, you know, Fashion Nova text you 20 times a day, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, for the SMS marketing. Right. They personalize it because of their market, their brand identity. If they call me a girl on that text, I'm not offended. Their identity was set out to be that from the beginning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if my doctor's office,
hey girl.
Yeah, I would want to know what's going on.
No, facts.
I'm your patient, because the identity that you put out there is your perception. It's the perception of your brand. Who are you? So now if you go and do something all crazy and you're in an industry where I'm like, whoa, the colors here, there's glitter, there's a butterfly.
Yes.
And this is medical, it just
There's
doesn't
psychology
go.
behind colors. For
real. So your brand identity definitely is the starter.
Okay.
Then now it's having someone to implement it. That's the brand part.
Okay, the brand part.
Yeah, that's afterwards. So, for example, when you market yourself and you say that I'm a web designer, you could show 20 different websites and someone could be like, oh, okay, but all these look the same. So they don't know the industry. But for example, my brand identity is mostly women ran businesses. So like
I see that.
Yeah, so like boutiques, a lot of I even have tax. So it's not that it's not professional services, but it's a lot of women, like 92%, I think, when I last checked, is our audience. Okay. So my brand identity will always identify with them. Okay. You know what I mean? So you may see a little pink on my site and think, why she got pink over here? I'm over here. I'm doing a tow truck company, but my brand identity is what it is. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's straight across the board. It's never a confusion. So you're never going there and see like blue or trucks or something, So I don't know, something macho. I can't think of what to put on there, but it would be like, oh, that doesn't match what she's been doing all the way through, and it confuses someone. So then now it's like, I don't know if I want to book.
No, big facts.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about branding?
Branding is the act. Okay. You're actually going through the motion of like, I did a rebrand before this event. In the process of rebranding, I had to look at changing some colors, changing some content, like verbiage, adding, removing some stuff. So it's the act of doing. Branding means I'm in the process of getting those things. You're actually putting those things out there to be implemented. Okay. And when it's done, you will now have a brand identity. Something people could identify you by, like, oh yeah, even if they don't know your business name, oh, that's the company, when you drive by and they got the flyer and the banner and and the girl, they're describing your brand identity because that's the first thing that came to head when they saw it, and that's what they're knowing you as now. No, facts. I be going through that too, because when everybody see me, they be like, yo, Gray, what up, man? Right. You see, no, they think Mr. it's your Williams. Name. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So how do you work on your personal brand now to separate you from your business brand? Or are you not doing that, or you just keeping it I'd rather not do it. Personal brand, because I feel like now you're talking to more people. I'm doing more guest speaking at certain events. I know it's coming. And it's kind of hard because when you own a business and then now you're in the hot seat, you're on the other side, you have to kind of say, am I separating the two, keeping all this together? And right now I'm keeping everything together because I don't want to drive myself crazy. No, that's true. Yeah. I tell people personal brand is important, right? Because it's kind of like why you have Nike use LeBron, because he's likable, he's all for the black love. Yes. He ain't been in no scandals that we know about. Yeah, I haven't heard anything about you ain't never heard nothing about LeBron. Never. So people go get those shoes just because it's LeBron. Right. And everything that he stands for, his discipline. Even Kobe was the same thing. Yes. I don't even know what kind of Kobe's that came out. Like, did Kobe even have I don't even know. But you just know Kobe because it's like Kobe, the Mamba mentality. As soon as you hear that, you don't even think of Nike no more. You know that they're the ones behind the engine. Yeah. No, I agree. I definitely agree. And that's the tough part, because a lot of business owners, when we start out, we're like, I just want to get my brand out here. I'm just trying to get my business. But then through time, you do realize, oh, okay, there's the other side to this too. You still have to then put yourself out there. People got to like you. Man, they got to know you. Yeah, first, can I just know you so I can know if I don't like you? I know. Because you might not like what you, it depends. No, but I just want to get to know you.
No, that's true.
Yeah, and that was tough for me. I listen, for a while I was like, I don't want my picture or that. I don't want me. And it's kind of like, why not? I do stand on my product.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're gonna get that picture.
No, she's staying on business.
Right. You're gonna see me. And
I think why a lot of people have a problem with the personal branding, right? Because we have people out here that project. And then if you're not really aware of that, because most people are coming at you based on how they feel about themselves. And social media messes it up tremendously. That's so true. Because it kind of puts you in the comparing this person over here on a yacht. You know, they chilling in Bali or Abu Dhabi. And you over here, you know, moving the mouse at your 9 to 5. Yeah, working, making your life
trying to get it back.
Yeah. So I think all of that messes it up too. And it makes people afraid to come out there and be themselves when like, yo, I realized nobody got it all together.
Right.
You could put somebody on the pedestal and as soon as you meet them, I'm like, man.
But do social media know that? Ooh.
Yeah.
We gonna have to talk about it. Yeah. Do social media know that?
Because social media is its own world.
That's a different world.
I done knew cats that, you know, they was in the photography, videography business, stunting, doing this. See? I'm like, yo, this man in a yacht, he's in Jamaica. Trips. I hit that man's phone, his celly off.
See?
You have reached.
See?
I'm like, God damn. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you just never know.
Yep.
So do you plan an exit from your 9 to 5 or you already done left?
I'm still there. I have a lot of benefit perks.
Okay. So
perks. Like perks.
So you say benefits, what you mean?
No, benefits. Well, yeah, healthcare and stuff. No, not that. Okay. You make in your business, you make your PTO.
Okay.
But no, I mean like long-term investment. I've been doing insurance so long, like I hold residuals and things like that I'm not willing to let go right now. Now, I use 9 to 5 as a figure of that's what I do. That's, you know, that's 90% of my time. However, 9 to 5 meaning I found and did something so long that it worked for me at the end. Everyone's story is different.
Yeah.
Some people, they're stuck and limited to a schedule. Me, if I have something going on for my business and priority, hey, I need to take I have this to do and I'm going to do it.
Okay.
But really? That's after years of connection. You can flex like that? I can flex a little. Okay, just a little.
So that's more like, you kind of more like the house Negro.
No. And see, you know the house Negro thing.
The house Negro could do a lot of shit.
And you know
they could, go outside. They're like, yo, what you mean?
You know? And see, that comment right there is why I got people around here quitting their damn job.
No.
And no, hold on. Quitting their job, right? Car getting repo, lights off, because somebody told them, quit that job, you a Negro. And they like, yeah, they taking from me. They using me. No, we using each other.
No, you got to have a strategy in place.
Right. Many don't.
Yes. So I would never tell someone just to go ahead and clip out and jump out the matrix.
Right.
You know, I would never say that because then you'll be, hitting your face flat. You know how they say entrepreneurs could jump out the plane and they could build the shit on the way down?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you ain't got some type of motion in your job, if you ain't never been a manager, if you ain't never been a VP.
Not VP, but manager. I've trained.
You still at the base level, hit and take call. Yeah, I don't know. You might want to stay at that job a little bit longer.
Definitely agree.
Because I ain't gonna front. That's me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been there. So that's how I know how to identify it and see, like, when I hear the terminology, when people say, oh, yeah, I'm CEO and da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, bro, no. Have you learned the back end?
That. And that's the thing, learning the back end. Because, look, you telling them house Negro, they go quit their whole job.
Yeah, no, bro.
And they don't have no consistency. Yeah. So imagine trying to run a business off of no consistency, no discipline. So I do agree. Some people are leaving jobs with bad credit.
Yeah, don't do that.
While you at that job, fix your credit, man. Whatever you trying to do, fix that credit first.
No, that's big facts. Because if you're not doing what you're being paid for well, you're not going to do what you're not being paid for well at all.
At all.
Because you got some people like, yo, you're getting paid and you slacking.
Right. So imagine
if you decide to say, yo, I'm about to be, my boss up, da-da-da-da.
Right. They're going to say CEO, I'm CEO of nothing.
CEO.
Bank account zero.
UBS is hiring.
Right. Right.
So no, I feel like you may be, not you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Depending on the individual, right? Because certain jobs pay you enough to make you comfortable so you would never leave. Like I have a homeboy like that. He make like $90,000 a year. So when I try to put him on the play, he like, nah, bro, I'm okay.
Yeah.
He got the company car, the laptop.
Yeah.
He can move around.
And that's probably all he sees for the time being. And that's why when you speak to people, and I like be talking to somebody and they're like, yeah, girl, I'm gonna quit that job and this and that. I'm gonna go and start my business and I'm gonna make $100K a year and I'm gonna do that. And I'm just saying to myself, man, you know how much it took me to just make 80,000 1 year? Like, do you know what it took? And it didn't just take me. It took me hiring, adding people to the team, getting help. And you're just gonna step out there and I researcch. Yeah. And I went and had the schooling and the knowledge for it. And it's like, you just going to jump out. All right.
I mean, it's a good affirmation. It's nothing wrong with affirming.
It sounds good. It's just FPL don't take it. Your mortgage don't take it. Your car note people, no one accepts it.
No, big facts.
You be lying to yourself.
Yeah.
They be like, I'm starting a business because this job get on my nerves. Find you another job.
Yeah.
Because you starting a business with no money.
No.
How far? Yeah. How far are you trying to go?
All that confidence without the competence is just delusion. God damn.
Yeah.
Sorry. My damn Instagram.
It goes down in the DM.
No, these are inquiries.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Damn, sorry.
No, that's probably because of that comment you made, House Negro. I know that's where it's from. You done got somebody heated up.
We got to ruffle some feathers a little bit.
You can ruffle them. Another thing too.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you work somewhere, even if it's not somewhere you necessarily like, I tell people, take what you could take there. There's experiences that I've gotten at my job.
Yeah.
If I decided, first of all, I have my license as well. If I decided to open up a few brokerages, insurance brokerages.
And health insurance.
Okay. Or auto, property, casualty, you name it.
Okay.
I could go do that. So this house Negro, while she was in the house, what did you learn?
She learned. See?
Did you take something from it?
We got drop a bomb on that.
Yeah, get that.
She learned while she was in the house. No,
in the house.
I respect that. Right?
Yeah.
So, we got so deep in the sauce.
We did. Right? It's the house Negro that got me.
No, it's okay. It's okay. That's good though. You know what I mean? Where you from though?
Well, I'm born Turks and Caicos Island.
Really?
Shout out to the island girls.
Okay.
Yes. But I haven't been here since I was like 4. I've been here in the U.S. I'm right here, Plantation, Florida.
Okay, 954.
Yep, county girl.
Okay, okay. So, both of your parents are from Turks and Caicos?
My dad is Haitian. Both of my parents are Haitian. My dad is from Haiti. My mom, Turks and Caicos. And then my stepmother, who raised me with my father, she's American. So that's my American side. Because some people are like, they think like my dad is Haitian and my mom is American. But I just had the best of both worlds.
Okay, so do you speak Creole?
PT.
Okay,
that's Creole,
say. Okay.
Tabule.
Okay. Yeah. All right. No, because I've met some Haitians that they say that their parents are from Haiti and they don't speak Creole whatsoever. So I'm like, what's up with that?
Yeah. No, I mean,
what do you think caused that though?
Because you're raised, in my case, I was raised in a household where my stepmother and my father, that's the house I'm raised. The man is running the business because my dad is a general contractor.
Okay.
So, that type of business. I'm home with my stepmother who's American.
Oh, okay.
So naturally you speaking what you're around. So once you're here, think about it, schools or anything else.
Yeah.
We're inclined to just learn what our surroundings.
No, that's facts.
Yeah. So your parents really have to be on you. And the average parent is doing what? Trying to provide. So they're not really at home necessarily. They're working. It's only so much you're going to get from that.
Yeah. No, that's true. So how do you manage? Because I know you said you have 3 children, right?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, you can't even tell. Snapback game on
really?
Point. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Oh. I do walk each day. Okay. I work 5 days a week.
5 days a week?
Yeah.
Hey.
I walk 1 hour a day, 1 to 2. See, Negro behavior. I can take an hour lunch. Yeah.
She can take an hour lunch.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm allowed.
Okay, that's what's up. Hey, at least you're doing something productive on your lunch break.
No, I have to. For my mental, I would go crazy.
Okay.
My hour lunch is I shut everything off. Like, whatever you need, you better catch me another time.
Yeah.
I had to find space and time for me. When you're doing so much, you're talking to so many people, you making sure everybody else good. I'm like, no, I need this hour.
Yeah.
So I just blast my phone, my music, and I'm out.
So how do you balance your me time with mommy time?
Mommy time, I lucked up because my daughter's 20 now.
Okay, so you got a grown up.
Yeah, so she's a young adult. So a lot of things that the schools have and things like that, she'll show up. If I can't, we'll kind of rotate our schedules.
Oh, really? You got her being like mommy on the side?
Me? No, you mean me? Her. She is worse. My baby will go get flowers, balloon. She's just always been, we're very like family oriented.
Okay.
So anything go on, even if I'm showing up, she's showing up with the flowers, the balloons. She done went and found outfits for her sisters. And I'm like, well, dang, okay. Well, all right. Y'all need me.
Oh, wow. Because, you know, I've heard, right? Like you have some parents, you know, where they allow their oldest child to help out with the children. But then that kind of makes that child don't want to have children because I guess maybe they started too early. Like, did you ever experience anything like that, or did your daughter ever tell you anything like that? Like, man, I don't want no kids because I helped you raise yours.
Not help raise, because one thing about those two, my two younger ones, it's just when they misbehave. She like, oh, if this is how kids act, school calling, you know, any little thing that happen, kid stuff. But she's like, oh, I could never. Or the little attitudes when they're fighting each other. She's like, oh, you come get your kids. I can't. So those are the things I think that have her like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. If this is what y'all got to go through, if one's sick, then the other one gets sick behind that, she'll be like, oh my God. So now both of them sick. Oh, y'all can have that. She call it ghetto.
Okay.
She's like, having kids is so ghetto.
No, it's a full-time job. There's no like rule book to this ish.
Nope.
You know what I mean? Like everybody just kind of freestyling with it.
Yes, I've definitely freestyled through this. I have freestyled. I tried gentle parenting. Man, that gentle parent stuff don't work.
It don't work.
Then you got to go back to that. Girl, don't play with me.
Yeah. So do you believe in being the friends with your children, or how are you? Like, how do you balance that? Because you seem like real cool.
Really? My younger ones may not say that.
How young though?
They say, well, I have 11-year-old and a 12-year-old.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back to back.
Yeah.
Mommy wasn't playing.
Get them out the way because I'm done. I'm done.
You done? You short tube tied?
Oh, I'm done.
Like okay.
He took everything locked up.
Okay. I mean, because people say they done and then
No. Me and my husband, we have our 3. And he loved all 3 of mine as if they were his.
Okay.
And that's it. We on other goals.
They're not his?
Yeah, no, they're not his. I met my husband 6 years ago. 7 years ago? 7 years ago.
That's okay. I mean, because you know the way Kevin Samuels tell it, you know what I mean? A woman that got kids and, you know, she's kind of like low status. I forgot. How you say it? Like,
first of all, Mr. Kevin.
Wow.
Thank God every man don't think like that.
You got you a good one, huh?
Damn sure a good one. Because I'm a good one too. Yes, a good one. One time for the good men.
Okay. He took on 3 that's not his? Wow. That's rare to the T-bone steak. You got to treat him good now.
And do.
Because he's a rare species.
And do.
Because I don't know if I even want to date a woman with kids now.
You say that. I've met men, they're like, oh yeah, the girl I talked to had 7 kids, 10 kids.
What? Oh, hell no. I mean, okay. I think if she does have kids, it does kind of display, right, if she's a good mom or a bad mom. Because then I can have those conversations and hear you know, if you're in the background like, sit down.
Yeah.
Or if you know, they got the honor roll or how you engage
how
with
you
them.
Managing with those kids.
So I do think that's a good thing. But I don't know. My kid's grown now. So I'm like, man.
Well, see, that's another thing. Your kids are grown.
Yeah.
If I wasn't married and hadn't met him and at this point and somebody came in like, oh, I want kids. Man, before my husband, I was like, man, I'm going to chill. I'm going to get this bag.
So how you don't want no kids?
No, we just, honestly, you know how you meet somebody through dating?
Uh-huh.
We both knew it early on.
A dating app? Like, what do you?
No, dating. Going out.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
No, real date. Oh, I forgot. We in new era.
Christian mingle. Like,
no. I ain't getting on now.
Okay.
No, in person dating. You know, we became friends first. So I already knew coming in. Like, he was more like, oh, what are you doing with your kids? He was so like, just trying to find out what's going on with them.
So he was inquisitive.
Yeah, right. So, and I'm like, oh, you want kids and this and that? He was like, you know, as I got older, I don't really, you know, I feel like you could love a kid that's not yours. Like, you didn't.
Aww.
He was like, if you love the woman, Virgo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good guy.
Yeah. No, he's a good guy. But I think sometimes it has to do with the woman. I feel like if a man had a woman who, if I was putting all my responsibility on you, like me, you came in and you knew I had kids. My kids are never put on you like a, dang, I'm just dating this girl.
Okay, so you gonna leave them home with him?
I mean, we're married now. We've been together for years.
Okay.
But I'm saying,
not in the beginning.
Them being little, no, he didn't meet my kids, even the older one. She was like, where you going there? You know, we'll go to dates and stuff.
Yeah.
I took a year. I said a year was good. My 2 youngest had never been around like a male, you know, like a guy I'm dating or nothing. Mm-hmm. No one but their dad. So I'm like, okay, if I am going to date somebody, let me just see if I, you know, at the end, how it is. Yeah. Past the romantic honeymoon phase.
Yeah.
And when that time passed, I was like, okay. And then we talked marriage. I was like, oh, I'm scared because what?
Wow.
You know, because it was new.
Shout out for Black Love. It's still Black History Month.
Black men, black bald head men.
You know, yes, black. I mean,
bald head men.
I was about to take my cap off, but I didn't get lined up. You know what I'm saying? No, that's so good. So, all right, is he cool with your kid's father?
Cool, like they hang out?
No, I mean,
hell no.
I mean, did he come to the graduation? Like, how was the relationship?
Oh, no. Me and my kid's father, we have a good co-parenting, cordial, but it's not like a close, like where he'd be inside my house or
toasting it up.
Yeah, no, I do think you have to have boundaries.
Really?
And those boundaries, once you have them, you keep them like that. So no. Okay. And my husband, he's very mature. You know what I'm saying? He's not like childish. He got me by a few years. So I don't even want to say the age made a difference, but his maturity level. So he's a man.
Yeah. We got to clear that up. Age don't,
because there's a difference.
Yeah. You got some people, they just old.
No, you know
that don't mean they matured.
Right. They're not there yet. They're going to take some time to get there.
Yeah, because I ain't going to front, you know. My ex used to tell me like, man, you could start over out here. And I wasn't thinking about it like that, you know. Because I'm like, I'd rather a woman my age. You know, but you could meet a little 22-year-old or 23-year-old that might have some maturity.
That's too young.
Yeah, it is, because, you know, but I don't know. Some of these women that's 40 or 35.
They still there.
They still, you know what I'm saying?
Or they like $40 bills, or I don't eat at this restaurant.
They got no etiquette, no nothing. And you might meet a 25-year-old that got her together, credit on point. You know, her driver's license ain't suspended.
I just want to know, what have you ran into? Because these stories, it's been rough out here.
You know, I had to work on me. You know
what have you been through?
I don't know. That might be a whole nother podcast.
Yes.
But this has been great. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you.
And dropping the tea, dropping the game.
Thank you.
Let everybody know where they can find you at.
So you can find me at Lavish Lady ENT. Lavish Lady ENT on Instagram, as well as lavish_web_design.
Okay, sorry. I thought you was gonna run on with it.
You thought I was gonna go? Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was
keep
more.
Those 2 pages. And
hey, ain't nothing wrong with that.
I got my personal page, but yeah.
Okay, and let everybody know when the event is gonna be and where they could find tickets and everything like that.
So you can find ticket at www. How many W's is that? www.lavishlady.enterprise.com. And far as the time, the date is March 30th. It's on a Saturday. You book the tickets now. They're $300. Original price is $600. When you get there, you'll understand why. We're giving a lot of resources. A lot of connections will be made that day.
You have food there?
Definitely having brunch.
Okay.
You cannot go without having food. 4 hours with us. Yeah, we had to have food. And the catering company I'm using, Drea's Kitchen, which is real known like in the Hollywood area. She does like a lot of Caribbean cuisines and things like that. But yeah, so it's March 30th and it's from 12 to 4. Be on time because this will be class. And then I'm looking forward to a lot of people coming in and just asking a lot of questions. Because one thing I liked about this event, I've been to a lot of like business expos and things like that. And you leave and you're like so hyped. You know, because it's like, oh, I need to hear that. I'm motivated.
Yeah.
And pumped, but you go home with no direction.
No, facts.
You just know you want to feel how that person just expressed to you the experience and make the money they made.
Yeah.
This event will be different.
Going
because,
step by step.
Right. You're leaving with your resources and what's the next step. You're leaving with even a business plan. You know what I mean? You're leaving with, there's a business coach there, business strategist. So you're leaving with a little bit more. If you're looking to buy a house or anything and you're like, oh, I own a business, but how
what
can
about
I
life
make it
insurance?
Happen? Life insurance, I definitely have a recommendation of someone that I know is a life insurance agent. But that's what I'm saying, like credit, business funding, things like that. I'm also giving some connections to like vendors for people that are trying to get like hair products and things out there in the Targets or Walmarts, those type of stores, even the beauty supply stores.
Okay, you giving all the sauce.
If they're going to take it, that's the thing. You could give someone everything.
Yes.
When they go home, if they decide not to open that book back up.
No, that's big facts.
It's like,
it's up to them to implement.
Right. Okay. Definitely up to them to implement, but the information will be there. And then it's resources that you could take going forward. It's not just you meet these people, you never see them again. I'm working on like a Facebook group. Okay. That will be solely each time you go to these events, you can kind of have like kind of like another way to stay connected with the community.
Okay. That's dope.
Yeah. You can learn off of each other. You could even network, who knows who may be in that room that could potentially, you two could collaborate.
No, that's correct. Okay, well, thank you so much, Lavish
Lady Enterprise.
Lavish Lady Enterprise.
Yes, not Negro, house Negro.
She ain't gonna let that one down.
No.
Y'all already know what it is. It's Mr. Woods with the I Talk Great podcast, and we out of here. Yeah.